So I will try to do justice on the topic in 20 minutes. Though when I delivered the same topic for a university in Hamburg, Germany, they gave us 1 hour's time. But let me see how much I can do. So that because it's 20-minute session, I would like to only talk about Kishan because blockchain platform and just touch upon the concepts of blockchain technology in a very, very brief way. But I'll be using a lot of graphics. So those are our open source graphics. So I acknowledge that they are the contributors to my paper. What you see at the bottom is one small work which our university students have done as a matter of KYP, know your participant. You can't see anything about it, but some work has started about, on this subject. So I'll talk about the imperatives of digital transformation and solution designing. Thereafter, I'll revisit the blockchain technology. And finally, I'll go for blockchain technology for value management in agriculture. Time permitting, I'll talk about the ethical and human dimensions of digital transformation in blockchain, which I present in the Moscow summit, where I was the chairperson of the International Summit on Blockchain. So what you are seeing me to be presenting, these are all published in the Management Accountant Journal of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. And I have so far written since September 2019, 33 articles on digital transformation, and blockchain on agriculture is one of them. What you can see here, the bottommost center one is my presentation in Moscow. I'm available in LinkedIn. I have about 17,300 plus connections in international, national connections all over the world. So you can connect with me. You have scope to see my presentations in national and international forum in my personal YouTube channel. So you can go there and know more about it. Okay. So I'll just move on. What we have heard since morning that had laid the foundation of blockchain technology to be an acceptable solution to the world of cost accountants. 6 things which we talk about in any digital transformation journey, which is not a lipstick journey, just to decorate, or which is not a destination journey, just to reach somewhere and not follow thereafter. So blockchain technology, or for that matter, digital transformation is a journey. So I'll talk about the journey. In this journey, we'll talk about the well-being of farmers. We'll talk about inclusive growth, that is the inclusive smile. We'll talk about security and privacy, which GDPR of European law has given us the policy. We'll talk about accountability and trust. At the end of the day, what we have heard so far, including from the chairman of the pricing commission, is 2. Summarization of the session so far are 2. Minimization of value destruction and maximization of value creation. So blockchain technology helps you to do both. So when you do blockchain technology based solution building, immediately before we heard about FPOs, so there has to be a commercial angle to it. So when you do commercial angle for a blockchain based technology, you have the left hand side. So let's go to the right hand side of it. What is digital transformation? Very simple. A digital transformation has got 5 things. One is internet of people, that is all of us. And here it will be farmers. Then the internet of ideas, where the solution will be built, keeping in view the needs of the farmers and specificity of each type of product. This solution which I am presenting can be applied for animal husbandry, apple orchard, cocoa producing in Africa, or even honeybee cultivation in Tamil Nadu. In fact, the German talk which I gave, it was for honeybee cultivation using blockchain. So next is internet of data, which all of us are talking about. A lot of data is required to take policy decisions. And finally, internet of things. Internet of things means whatever data we do generate, it cannot get generated only from transactions. It can also get generated from, suppose I'm taking groundwater by using a pump. If I do a sensor there, and with the sensor I attach an IoT, it can straightaway take the data to the blockchain technology. So that's Internet of Things. And finally, how do we behave? Unless we have a typical digital transformation oriented behavior, we will not be able to do the justice to digital transformation. But when you do that behavior, we have to also talk about business. Business runs on 5 things: trust, shared value proposition, value experience, ease of application, and sustainability. Right? They are the 5 things on which you need business. Now, when you do the business on a day-to-day basis, what do you need? Your own business, your customer, your product, your teamwork, your promotion, your development, your budget, and finally your analysis. Which is the binding thread here? Strategy. So whatever you do, you have to have a strategy, right? And that's the binding thread of digital transformation. So here I'm going to show you an OECD guidelines which was applicable for artificial intelligence, but now I have adopted for blockchain technology. There are 3 pillars of digital transformation. The first pillar is good governance, second is efficiency, and third is effectiveness. Now, when good governance and efficiency intersects, what you get is reliability, participation, focus on citizens' need, and public value. When efficiency intersects effectiveness, what do you get? I'm going fast, just sowing the seeds in your mind, that's all. I'm not elaborating. Between efficiency and effectiveness, you get empowerment, evidence, demand management, and personalization. I'm talking about specificity. Like you are doing something in your area, that blockchain design will be slightly different. And next is good governance and effectiveness. When these two comes in, you get openness, transparency, accountability, and autonomy. This has been given by OECD, so it's a researched out, trusted methodology. Okay, so in this world, all of us cost accountants know that there is nothing in this world without risk. Anything we do, there is a risk. And if our wardrobe fails, what you do? Put a safety pin, right? But is safety pin a permanent solution? Answer is no. But blockchain technology is not safety pin. Again, we talk about a lot of hacking. Blockchain technology secures you to the core, not only to the peripheral level. Next, we talk about the strength of any organization is the most weakest link of the chain, right? Blockchain attacks that weakest link where the strength has to be built first, right? And finally, it gives you a structured solution. So essentially what we are talking about, we are not doing risk management. We are not following an ERM model, enterprise risk management model. What we are following, REPM model. What is REPM model? Risk enabled performance management. Blockchain helps you to do and transform yourself not only digitally, but also from enterprise risk management to risk enabled performance management. Because there are 2 types of risk in this world. One is a good risk and one is a bad risks. Bad risks you manage, good risks you also manage, but good risk gives you profit, that is creation of value, and bad risks helps you to minimization of value destruction. Okay? And the last one, of course, it has to be structured, and we just now saw a very unique structural arrangement created for that advocacy organization. So what is blockchain? I was talking to one of the apex organization of the country. Students were about 40 years of age, qualified. They were asking me, sir, do you have any application of blockchain technology without Bitcoin? I thought that still such stupids are there who are qualified professionals. Sorry, I'm using that word. Blockchain has got thousands and thousands of applications. Even today in America, can decide where he will be buried after his death through blockchain technology. He can pre-book his grave. So that's how the blockchain technology works. So what is blockchain technology? Philosophically talking about. Read the first one. What you trust is not necessarily true. And what is true need not necessarily what you trust. Right? What you trust need not be necessarily true, and what is true need not be necessarily what you trust. So, blockchain technology should not be adopted if the entire ecosystem is trustworthy. Blockchain system assumes that there is no trust. Then it helps establishing Blockchain believes in one single version of truth and is built on the foundation of truth and trust. I was talking to him about related party transactions, Mr. Dalwadi, and related party transactions we are talking about, blockchain helps. Okay, this is the blockchain technology discussion. I don't want to elaborate this. I can spend half an hour on this screen, but it's a distributed ledger technology. It is a distributed data storage management system. So it's an operational system and it's a storage management system. Okay, it is completely cryptographed, and some of the blockchain cryptography algorithms can change every 10 minutes. So it's very difficult to hack, almost next to be hacked. That's why you don't need ethical hacking for blockchain. It operates with a smart contract, and I have written in the month of March a full article on smart contract. You cost accountants can definitely look at it. And on this smart contract, I'm writing a paper now, Manchester Law Journal in Economics. I've been invited by the editor of that journal for writing it. I've taken the permission of Dr. Nandi. In fact, I'm extremely grateful to the Institute of Cost Accountants of India and also Dr. Nandi, the editor of the journal, for giving me this opportunity to write on digital transformation. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. I'm a 1978 born, cost accountant, but since I never thought that I will write on digital transformation in management accounting journal. But that's the reality today, and Dr. Nandi can be given, president can be given, and the chairpersons can be given the credit for that. It's no credit of mine, sorry. So you please read smart contract. Now this is how blockchain technology works. I'll simply explain and then go to Kishan Blockchain Platform. So there are participants in the system, and you want to do a transaction, and you announce the transaction. Some of the participants quotes, you accept, and the transaction flows. In this methodology, the beauty of it is that once the transaction is approved by using smart contract, the transaction cannot be changed. And this smart contract does not only take care of law and legal provisions, it also takes about all four frameworks of accounting: institutional framework, conceptual framework, legal framework, and regulatory framework. That means when you write a blockchain transaction, the blockchain is transacting. This is how the blockchain will look like. The blockchain is transacting, but blockchain will not only take about the law part, it will talk about taxation, accounting standard, regulation, and if all those are doing it in a cross-border transaction, means you are doing a transaction with a party in Germany, it will take care of both the countries' regulation, both the countries' taxation. Okay, so may I request you, you have these screens in near you, can you just look at the boxes and look at the names? After that, I will explain you the item. How many minutes more? 7 minutes. Okay. Done. I'll go. So please look at these boxes and read the blue colored names under the boxes. Ready, right? Okay, can I go ahead? Okay. Do you find all the parties present who are required for a permit? And track and trace will take care of in the warehousing and supply chain. Suppose sitting in your drawing room, you are taking apple juice. Where that apple was grown, which farmer has grown that apple, will be possible to be tracked using blockchain technology. Okay, now what happens? I'll explain this transaction. I'll not be able to explain everything. I'll explain only two transactions. So one side of it is the smart contract, and one side of it is the sale of harvest. Okay. Now, A farmer in Kharif crop wanted to sow paddy this time. So he announces a transaction. I am in this land because the moment the farmer is there and gives his KYP information, the farmer land will be mapped with the GPS. So what you were talking about, that GPS will give the specificity of the soil type. So, or if it is a group of farmers or an FPO, it will be a cooperative also can participate as a farmer. Rather, here it is farmer or farmers. Okay. Now, once he announces the transaction that I am going to do crop, kharif rice, and this type of rice, 4 people will immediately get into the blockchain as advisory functional people. One is the meteorologist, consulting agri scientist, the soil scientist, and government agencies. They will give the necessary agricultural inputs to that particular farmer on a need to know basis, and it will be available to that farmer only or that group of farmers. So once they give the information, meteorologists will say, this year predictive rain is so much, you are at that GPS location, you are going to receive so much of rain, so this much will be your dependency or irrigation. And last year's data of underground irrigation is this, and overground irrigation is this. So please accordingly plan your actions for irrigation. Soil scientists will say that your soil quality is this, you use this kind of fertilizer. These are the information flowing through blockchain to the farmer. And agri scientists will say that, okay, if you want to improve the quality of a rice, do this action. It can be in vernacular, it can be in English, both are possible. Now the government agency will come and assess the farmer's annual income based on his KYP. And then it will recommend that whether a loan is needed. The loan will be announced by the bank, but it will not be credited to the farmer's account. It will go to an escrow account. And from that escrow account, the farmer will be supplied. These are the vendor groups. These are the vendor groups. Farmer will be given seed by the seed vendor. Now, seed vendors will give quotations. 3 seed vendor, 4 seed vendor will give quotations. And the system will calculate which is the lowest quotation. Based on the GPS condition, how much seed he needs. Everything will be programmed. Everything will be scripted in the program. So seed vendor will quote. 3 seed vendor quotes, he accepts 1. Now, he may take an agri equipment on hire, or he may buy an agri equipment. Okay. So once these offers and acceptances are completed, the banks will ask the farmer, have you received what you wanted from that particular supplier? Once he accepts, all these are happening in blockchain, mind you. It is happening in your handphone. It's happening on his phone. The farmer is doing it his phone. Once he says it's done, bank disburses the money directly to the vendors. Okay. Now the growth goes on. You can see a drone on top, right? A drone. Drone now comes into the picture. Drone has an edge computer, EDG edge computer. Drone will continuously have surveillance on his farm, whether the color of the saplings are good, whether it is growing yellow, or whether it can detect some insects flying around. So the drone will give the videos and static pictures of the firm directly to the blockchain. This is the blockchain. You can see the corner here. This is the integration of various information coming from the blockchain through various IoTs. And farmers' handheld phone is also an IoT. And that machine, suppose you are starting a tractor, the tractor will be having a sensor and it will give an information that, hey, your tractor has been run by this farmer for so many hours, so and so day. If your charge is on an hourly basis, this is your charge. If it is charged your daily basis, this is your charge. And this is the day where they should return it. All these are governed by the smart contract. Okay. Now, when it does this, the drone, suppose the drone gives an information that the leaves are getting yellow, the soil scientist, meteorologist, and the soil scientist comes into the picture. He uses the information and tells the farmer, use this pesticide. Or you have to do hydration of your soil. So this scientist and whole thing is happening in an orchestrated manner on a need-based and a timely manner. So the farmer gets, or farmers cooperative gets, and it takes corrective action. Suppose there is a standing crop that has fallen. So farmer will not be able to realize the harvest. The drone will go, bank will ask, the insurance company is there. It will ask, go and have a survey of their plant. Drone will fly over and see whether the crop has fallen. Then it will give a picture. The insurance surveyor will apply artificial intelligence and see the extent of loss and reimburse the money directly to the insurance company. Suppose that's a bad luck. The good luck is the harvest is produced. There will be a quality control lab who will be told, please check this, because it could be tomorrow exported to Ukraine. So if it is not fit for human consumption in India, it should not be fit for human consumption in any other country of the world. There is no export quality, so for today is concerned. Okay, now once he does it, the farmer sends his harvest to the warehouse. And when he packs it, or the rice mill packs it, it says that this is the GPS number of the land and the farmer name where it has been produced. The farmer name is not in his name. It is his public key number, which could be a 35, 38, 40 digit item. Okay, once he does it, the farmer says, I'm now ready to sell my product to customers. Now customers come in the blockchain technology platform and ports based on the certificate issued by the quality control lab. If you are doing apple orchard, you can do this. If you are doing honeybee cultivation, you can do it. Anything can be done with this. Once this is done, but I'm done. Price will be quoted. Once price is quoted, the farmer will accept which price is acceptable. The delivery will be done by the supply chain management system of the blockchain. There will be appointed transporters. They will reach the money. As per the condition of payment, the money will go from the customer to the banker. And finally, whatever excess of loan is there in the farmer's escrow account will go to him as a profit. Now you can say how the farmer will run the family. There could be a possibility in the loan disbursement agreement that the farmer will be given a subsistence allowance per month from that bank account, which will be a party to the contract. So this is what is about Kishan Blockchain Platform. People can read about it. I have written a complete paper on it. It's available in the management account. Okay, so in India, policies are there, so you need not bother. Government has declared policy. NITI has declared policy. One more minute. This is the condition of India in 2019 about agriculture-related blockchain platform. The red are actions. There are 4 actions: land title, agriculture supply chain, fertilizer subsidy management, and control farming. I'll just tell you only to read this. When you design a blockchain platform for a farmer, may it be animal husbandry, may it be apple orchard, may it be honeybee cultivation. As you know, honeybees are extinct species in the world. In America, now small drones are being used as honeybees. Mechanical digital drones are functioning as a honeybee for pollination. And those honeybees are being controlled by blockchain technology. Okay, so this is what I have ideated. Humanity first. Reduce complexities. Redefine consumption. Go for creative destruction. Kill the legacies. Manage climate emergency. Redistribute power and wealth. Be accountable without discrimination. Fix imbalance of humanity and technology. Very much there in India. Enhance technology with universal altruism. And let imagination and ethics lead digital transformation. Thank you very much indeed. Read my papers, and you can get more about it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the a brief, snapshot that you have given about blockchain technology and its connectivity to the agriculture. My only request as a selfish cost accountant is that next time let there be four-letter beautiful word called cost. Somewhere there in your.
It is there.
Very good.
It is there. I'll tell
Yeah.
you, I could not explain the wallet technology. When every participant of this blockchain will get a wallet in his node. That wallet will be in compliance with either cost accounting standards or Ind-AS. Now this wallet, just 1 minute since you asked the question, this wallet will now be connected with an API, application program interface, with the ERP system, whether it is Tally accounting or SAP or Oracle. You post it. Now your Tally and SAP has been programmed for creating the cost sheet, which can be automated. The farmer don't have to do anything. The cost sheet will automatically get generated.
Excellent. Sir. That was very nice explanation. As I understood, blocks. Just a minute, sir. We are running out of time. We have one more technical question. I'm sorry, I could not take your question. Sorry is available. We can even interact with him, informally. So, as I know, there is one fact that is your blockchain technology. There is another fact that is cost. So, integrating both cost and blockchain technology can definitely do wonders to the Annadata. With that, bright hope, let us conclude the session and hand over the proceedings to the organizer.
Thanks for the opportunity. Either you please read the article or call me somewhere. I'll explain to you the whole thing.
Thank you, sir. Now, I request CMA AV Chairam, Vice Chairman of Bangalore Chapter, to honor our speaker, CMA Dr. Paritosh Basu, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I promise next writing I do on blockchain technology for farmers, I'll incorporate some of the requirements of this book.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Also, this is to bring to the kind notice of all the participants. All the technical session PPTs will be uploaded in the agriculture website portal. So later you can visit and download the same. Also now I request a task force member, CMA Ravindranath Kaushik sir, to honor our moderator, CMA Jitendra Rao, task force.
Thank you.
Just not to displease the enthusiastic audience, that one question is permitted because we'll have very rightful answer for the knowledge of everybody. You can ask your question, sir.
So my question is, let me take an example. I want to do a cultivation, let's say somewhere in Andhra Pradesh. I have 10 acres of land. I want to enter into this smart contract. How I will know whether it is feasible for me from implementation and execution?
Very insightful question, and I'm happy that you have raised this question. This smart contract which you saw, a small box, is not a small box. It is a library. So in that smart contract library, there will be a super smart contract. Anybody wants to participate in blockchain, he or she has to abide by that regulation. And then underneath, there will be a contract for all the parties who are working with the farmer. There will be some tripartite contracts, there will be some bipartite contracts, and these contracts will be announced, which has ultimately been struck, digitally signed in the blockchain, which others will be able to see, because the payment terms and conditions will be guided by the loan agreement between the bank and the farmer and the government agency. And the vendors will be able to see it. So the smart contract library will give you the opportunity. You see that, adopt that. If you want to change one or two terms and conditions, the system gives you flexibility to change the contract. And after you ink the contract, it will be saved in the digital document library of this blockchain.
Thank you. And since it is very unorganized in India,